Hello everyone, welcome to the Trophy Coins channel and the trophycoins.com website, where we present a visual census of top quality American coins. We hope you'll subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and leave comments below to see if there are any coins that you would like to have us present in future videos. Today we're going to be presenting the 1851 $10 Baldwin Company coin from California. After the gold rush, a raft of private minters moved into San Francisco, and they started producing gold coins for use in the local area there, because prior to that all they had was gold dust. Baldwin Company produced coins in 1850 and 1851, and probably they're most famous for their what they call the vaquero or the cowboy coin from 1850. This coin, the 1851 $10 gold piece, is very, very rare, much rarer than the cowboy coins. And previously, the estimate was that there were maybe a dozen known. Well, after doing considerable amount of research over the last 2 days, I've located at least 19 different examples, and they'll all be illustrated in this video. To find them, you'll go to the PCGS major number, which is 10031, or you can do a search on 1851 $10 Baldwin Company. We'll just do the simple one, the PCGS major number 10031. We hit enter, and here they all come. The finest example known today is an MS62. I should say the finest certified example is an MS62, and you can see here that this sold in 2007 for $172,500. That is not the record for this date, but we'll show you coming up the finest and the most valuable one. The next finest example, at least certified example, is a PCGS MS61. Now this is in an old green holder, old generation holder. It also has a CAC sticker. I believe this is the only Baldwin Company 1851-10 that has a CAC sticker. If you look at the strike of this coin, the hair detail is exceptional for this type, and also the feathers on the eagle's wings. If you compare that to the finest known, and you can do this on the website yourself, but you'll see the hair detail in the center is very weak here, and also on the shield on the reverse where the eagle is. Now this coin just sold recently. It just entered the Palisades collection, I mean literally within the last week. This is a very, very high grade coin. We would love to see it regraded. I'm not sure though that the current owner wants to take it out of the old generation holder, because that adds a nice premium. Irregardless, this coin sold in the Riverboat collection in 2014 for $235,000. That, I believe, is the record price for the Baldwin Company 1851-10. Third finest, we dropped down to AU58, and this came out of the Klamath Mountain collection and the Buffalo Bayou collection, sold in 2022 for $120,000. So you can see there's a significant price difference between a mint state example and one in AU58. This one is slightly better struck, not quite as good as the MS61 that we just showed. Next down is an AU55. This one has a little bit of a disturbance here at the rim. This is a great identifying mark, and that's how we were able to plate it or link it to the George Lawrence collection that Thomas Elder sold in 1929. This coin sold in 2013 for $99,875. Next up is an AU55, PCGS graded. This came out of the Heritage 2014 sale for $70,500. And as you can see, these coins go off the market. They don't show back up very frequently, so the opportunity to buy these is almost as rare as the coin itself. Next up, we have an NGC AU55. This is actually the plate coin from the Kagan reference on Pioneer Gold, and also the Breen Encyclopedia plate coin. This one last sold in, well, it actually didn't sell. In fact, it doesn't have a price at all, because every time it's appeared at auction, it did not meet the reserve. Now we're going to start getting into some really old sales here. This is from the Waltman collection and the Geist collection, both sold by B. Max Mel in 1945 and 1947. Now this may be a stock image, which is something that B. Max Mel did frequently in his catalogs. However, this one does not match any of the other coins that we have discovered so far. So it's probably a different example. Drop down to an AU Details. This coin is slightly bent. Still a decent coin, nice strike, nice details for the type. And this one came out of the John Work Garrett collection and last sold in 2011 for a very significant increase over what it sold for in the Garrett collection. Now, one interesting thing, this coin sold for $32,000 in the Garrett collection, and then how many years later? 3 years later, it sold for, gosh, way below half of what it sold for in the Garrett sale. So I'm not sure why that why that dropped in price so much. Next up is an AU Details tooled. This is a coin that sold in the Walton and Arnold and Ramisa collections. Last sold in the Stax Bowers in 2014 for $25,850. In the Walton collection, you'll see a little row of milling marks right here where another coin came in contact with it, and they tried to smooth that out, and they smoothed out some of the other aspects of the coin too, like this little area here. I'm not sure why they didn't just leave the coin the way it was. It would probably be worth more today, even with the damage that it had received a long time ago. There's a lot of pushback on coins that have been tooled or burnished or repaired. People prefer them to be an original even if they do have damage. Drop down to another AU Details coin. This one was improperly cleaned at one time. It's got a little dig right here. And this one last sold in 2015 for $25,800. Again, that was a slight reduction from earlier in that same year. This coin sold in Christie's in 2000, sold for $21,850. This is a PCGS XF45. And you got to remember, at the time, people thought there were only a dozen known, and so the prices were still very, very strong because the demand for these coins is extremely high. Literally, only 19 people can own one of these coins. Well, I should say 19. It could be 20, except that the coin in the Smithsonian collection is off the market forever. Down now to an XF. This one came from the Judge Charles Slack collection in 1925. This has not shown up on the market again since. Here we have the Eliasberg coin. This one was an EF Details coin, primarily because of this little dig right here, some damage right here, and then these are probably laminations here on the front. Still brought a strong 15,400 back in 1996. And we're down here to an EF Details clean. This one's sold in the John Beck collection. John Beck is most famous for his collection of 1856 Flying Eagle cents, but he was also a very big collector of Pioneer Gold, and this was his Baldwin Co. 1851-10 that he had. The VF30, now all of a sudden we come to this, I didn't point this out before, but in later states of the die, a big chunk came out of the die here, and it shows up as a raised chunk of metal on the coin. There's only about 5 out of the 19 that show that big die cut. This one sold in the Buffalo Bayou collection in 2022 for $40,800. Pretty strong price for a VF30. Here's another one with that chunk out of the die. This one came out of the James 10 Ike collection, sold in 1922 for 5 1/4. Now this coin has not appeared on the market again to our knowledge. Another one with a big die cut, and this is probably the latest state of the dies because this one shows a die crack connecting the star with the rim, and also die cracks going through the date. I believe there's also some die cracks here. This coin again has been tooled. There's been smooth in this area, and then also above the eagle's wing, probably to remove some corrosion or there. Also, it's been tooled here. Nevertheless, it's still an extremely rare coin, sold in 2007 for almost $20,000. Getting down to the bottom of the barrel here, EF extremely fine, estimated grade. This is a plate coin from the standard catalog of United States coins, the 18th edition. This does not match any other known example, so we have to show it as a separate one. Hopefully it'll reappear on the market at some time in the future. And finally, we've got a VF Plus from the Kenyon Painter collection, sold by Jess Peters at the A&A sale in 1973 as an uncertified VF Plus. So these are all 19. It's really unusual to have images of all the known examples. Again, the one missing one is from the Smithsonian. We can add that later, but now we know that there are at least 20 examples known, 19 available to collectors, but very few of them have shown up on the market. So if one does come up and you want it, you better buy it because you won't have another chance for a long, long time. If you like content like this, please subscribe to the channel. It'll help us with YouTube's algorithm, and be sure to hit the notification bell. And by all means, give us a sense of what you would like to see in the future. If you have a particular coin that you would like to have us present, we would be happy to do it for you. Just leave a comment below and we will try to do our best to get that up for you. I'm trying to do these one a day. I may not be able to do it every day, but that's the goal, and we're trying to stick to that as best we can. In the meantime, have fun with your collection, and we will see you in the next video.